You're listening to Styles.
WWE Super Show at Grossenger Motors Arena, and I have with me. Let me just ask: should I do the intro?
Yes, you absolutely should. If you have to ask, you know the answer.
All right. Well, I have with me right now Chelsea Green.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right. Well, there we go. Let me ask. At this point, it's been now over a year since that thing has started. Are you still happy with it? You kind of like at this point with it? Well, how's your feelings with it?
Oh no, I absolutely love it. I actually just added it to my entrance music. So you will hear it not once, but twice if Miss Queen Samantha is ever ring announcing for me.
That's fantastic. And obviously you're in your car right now, but I have to ask as well, how is Dude, Walter, and the rest of the furry family you have back at the house?
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking. I mean, yeah, I'm a busy girl. So we're on the move. We're going from training to running errands, but it was tough to wake Dude and Walt up today. It's a gloomy day here in Florida, and the cats were also asleep. So I've left everyone in bed. I'm running my errands, and when I go back, well, I'll get some cuddles.
There you go. Very cool. Always love the photos you post of all of them. And how many animals do you have exactly in the house?
I've got 5 right now. My husband's trying to get a 6th. We are also building a home because we do not have any more space left for said animals.
Well, between the animals in his collection that he has, because he has that one room, correct, dedicated to the collection.
Well, one and a garage and a storage unit and some wall space downstairs. So a little more than one.
Okay, then. Well, yeah, definitely a whole lot. Are you a collector at all? Do you have any collections? Do you have fandoms at all?
You know what? I really don't, but I guess if you went into my house, you would think that I am a gear addict, a wrestling gear addict. And if you know me, you know I've got a million pairs of boots, a million sets of gear that I wear, every single Monday and Friday, and a lot of hats now and skirts. So I guess it's gear. I'm not really a collecting girl.
All right. Out of all the gear that you have, so you have everything throughout your career or just more recently?
I would say I have 90% of the gear throughout my career because it's just, we have so many monumental moments in this weird job. So
Right.
I like to keep things from each little thing that I've done in my career, each little milestone I've hit.
No doubt. And you've been doing this now. This 2024 is your 10th anniversary in doing wrestling, correct?
Yeah, which is so crazy. I remember, starting at Storm Wrestling Academy 10 years ago, and I was just like, gosh, I can't wait till I get to my second and third year so I'm not new and everybody doesn't look at me like I'm new. And now, 10 years in, it's amazing.
Is there any piece of advice you would give 2014 Chelsea now knowing all that you know 10 years later?
Yeah, it's definitely that, nothing is gonna come easy and you're gonna have to work for it. And when you get to the destination that you are so badly wanting to get to, which is, the main roster of WWE, you're gonna realize that actually what makes you special was those 10 years and that journey and all the things you did along the way. That's really what I think sets me apart from other girls on the roster because we have we've got so many talented wrestlers on our roster. And nowadays, these kids are out here doing backflips at 5 years old. Like, my gosh, what makes me stand out from the rest? I mean, that is just my resume and the following that I have from the independent scene.
Absolutely. And the character you have right now is fantastic. She's very bubbly, funny, and almost doesn't care at all as to how she's presented. Kind of fun. Do you find that easier to do it as a solo act or now you have Piper with you? Is it fun to bounce off of somebody?
You know what? It makes no difference to me. I get this question, but in different ways all the time. And I just I am who I am, and I love bouncing ideas off of Little Miss P or bouncing funny kind of like conversations and things like that. But at the end of the day, I do that to a wall too.
Does,
But
does
don't
that
tell
ever
Piper that because she might beat me up.
Oh, does Matt ever come to you and go, maybe you should do this, or maybe that didn't work at all?
Yeah, and I still do it.
That's fantastic. With Piper going into Clash at the Castle, she, was up for the women's championship. You had said to her, if you win, it's our title. Was the plan if she had won going into SmackDown, buying like one of the replica titles a la Matt and walking in wearing it side by side with her?
You know what? I hadn't decided that yet. So I discussed maybe, I'll hold it for her. I'll keep it safe for her because um what's hers is mine and what's mine is mine. You know what I mean? That's just how our relationship works. So we hadn't fine-tuned that yet. But I will have you know that I do have a replica belt on standby for when either Miss P or I win it. Because
All
it's
right.
inevitable, right? 2025 is gonna be our year if 2024 isn't.
There you go. Now, what about the Money in the Bank briefcase? Are both of you going to carry it?
No, that'll be mine. I will be winning that since that is in Canada. I will also be bedazzling that. I've got a Stanley Cup bedazzled and a notepad and pen bedazzled ready to go. So it's just a matter of time. I just have to get to Canada, win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and it's, full steam ahead from there.
Very much so. You worked in TNA. We're seeing the crossover now, and you've worked all over the world. With this crossover, is there anything you would like to see happen? I mean, there's also Japan happening now. Is there any match or appearance you would like to make happen for yourself, or even have you sent notes to folks to try to make them happen?
Oh, well, I've absolutely done that. If you know anything about me, I do not wait. I like to ask for things. And whether that's be pitching ideas to creative, whether that's asking for my job back. So I have absolutely sent feelers out to Mr. Tommy Dreamer about possibly, snatching those knockouts tag titles. I would also love a chance at Jordan Grace again. We had some great matches when I was at Impact. And she's amazing, obviously, as we saw on NXT versus Roxanne, and then again versus Tatum. But there's a little mixed tag match that I would like to happen. I haven't decided who my partner is going to be yet. Maybe maybe Drew McIntyre, maybe LA Knight, but I would love to wrestle my husband and Steph.
That would be
I
fantastic.
know his game plan. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I know his game plan. I've been on the other side. I've been next to him. So I think I would come out victorious as I usually do in my household.
You have mentioned in the past that Total Divas, you love that show and you would love to see a reboot of it. Have you pitched that? Speaking of pitching to anyone?
I haven't, but I know that there's always talk of it. I mean, nowadays, especially with this new generation of women coming up from NXT, we have seen an influx of Total Divas talk because a lot of them were really inspired by that to start wrestling. I know Tiffany watched Total Divas. I know Maxine watched Total Divas. So you never know. I really think that reality TV is, we all indulge in reality TV. So it would be crazy not to bring it back with the amazing roster of females that we have now.
Would Matt be up for it though?
I mean, Matt is a ham. Matt is up for anything.
All right. Well, we'll start to wrap up here because I know you got a training to do and all your errands and what have you. We'll do a couple quick fire questions for you. Favorite road snack while you're out?
You know what? Boiled eggs, which I know that's disgusting and don't judge me for it, but a girl's got to get her protein in.
Are you taking them on the plane though?
No, that's a big no-no. Do not take broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or eggs on the plane.
Yeah. Good point. Favorite spot to eat while you're on the road? Like, do you have a favorite place that you hit up?
Usually out back for a good steak and broccoli.
So that you can't get it on the plane.
Yeah.
Your must-have item for traveling.
Must have item for traveling is definitely a neck pillow. We put our bodies through a lot. So my neck needs some rest when I get on that plane.
There you go. And favorite band or artist.
Oh, I couldn't even decide. I love them all. But if I'm gonna go Canadian theme, because your girl's Canadian, I'm gonna go Shania Twain.
Okay. All right. I always notice that anybody from Canada, doesn't matter if it's wrestler, musician that I talk to, you are always backing up one another. There's something about Canadians. You always have each other's backs. You're fans of each other. Why? What is that? Because I know Canada's big, but it seems like it's small and very tight with one another.
It is. The thing is that if you are able to be successful enough to leave Canada, that's huge. It's really, really hard to make it in the world outside of Canada. And so we all kind of support each other in that sense. And then also, Canadians are nice. So we just love each other. We all love each other. It's a little camaraderie that we have.
Indeed. Well, you have been extremely nice, and I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Looking forward to Saturday with, of course, WWE Super Show at Grossenger Motors Arena, and then, of course, SmackDown on TV this Friday.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You can find more interviews at weststyles.com and follow me across all the socials. It's West Styles Radio.